after Srishant and Ishant Sharma had put on 46 runs to give Team India an overall lead of 60. And you could very well say that South Africans struggled right from the start on a crumbling wicket in Kanpur.
Yes, sometimes it can happen to a side when you're playing in this heat and in a 3 test match series, and you're bound to have one bad session also. And they have played very good cricket right through the series, and this was one probably session which was expected from them to fail or to crumble. And they crumble on a crumbling wicket today. And this particular delivery, probably you won't see Mackenzie playing, but somehow he decided to play. And this uneven bounce on the third day, and probably Harbhajan was getting more bounce and more turn than anybody else. And he was bowling in the right area. He was bowling just outside the off stump. And where I think that there was some spots over there where the pace bowlers were getting something out of it.
And Jacques Kallis, there was tremendous amount of expectations from Jacques. You could sense how important he was to the team, because when he scored that 100 in Ahmedabad, they went on to win the test match. But when he did not score, South Africa struggles to find a result. That's the importance of Jacques, isn't it?
Well, he's the key man, obviously, him and Graham Smith, but certainly in this test match, had he been able to bat a long time, might have been a bit different. But again, the type of wickets, that's exactly the types of wickets that India had to prepare to play against South Africa, especially here in India, because you saw that ball from Sehwag just kick and bounce and caught it short leg to get one of the greatest batsmen in the world out. So I'm not surprised that these types of things happen. But Kallis, a rock in the South African innings, get him out and you have a huge opportunity of going through, crumbling, as Jimmy says. And a lot of those deliveries, pop, bounce, caught it short leg, hitting the glove, etc. So I'm surprised they didn't prepare another one of those wickets during the series.
Of course, was Mark Barcher getting out. Ishant Sharma added a lot of spunk to this particular Indian side, because really, the Pacers in the first 2 games were unable to give any breakthroughs, but Ishant came in and changed that trend.
He's a yard quicker compared to the rest of the fast bowlers or the pace bowlers the Indian team have. So automatically, and he's one guy, and he bowls very straight, and he bowls around the off-stump line. And with his pace, and if he put the ball in the right area, it's very difficult for batsmen to really handle him. And this particularly kept low, but it was, again, the line was absolutely perfect. And so I think when you have a guy like him, you can always bowl him in short burst, and this is what Dhoni did very well in this particular inning. And then, of course, evergreen Harbhajan on a turning track is very difficult customer to handle. And he bowled a beautiful doosra, which Harris had no answer.
So, of course, after which it was a bit of a procession, but you would, of course, see Ashwin Prince in a while from now. The presence of him in the middle order, well, his strike rates maybe in the first game was all right, but 16 runs and 71 balls in the first innings, and then he hung in a long time. He wasn't scoring, so does that add that extra bit of pressure to the others who are playing around him as well?
Yeah, well, Ash was a classic case of a guy playing for place in the test team. So, you know, a few failures, and because he's got young JP Duminy just not even in the side. So if one guy is going to come in his place, it's probably going to be JP Duminy, who actually plays in the limited over version of the game. But certainly Ash will, people have spoken to him many times, trying to improve his strike rate, look to play a bit more through the offside, especially with the ball turning away from him. He didn't do that, so certainly he did put other batters under pressure. I'm surprised that the South African management maybe didn't put Boucher or AB de Villiers up ahead of him and come out maybe with a more positive attitude on this type of wicket. If you're not going to score runs, you're going to get beaten anyway. So, yeah, Ash, what a disappointing series for him.
That's been a disappointment one for Ashwin Prince, but on the whole, South Africa did play with a lot of grit, with a lot of commitment, but it was Team India who eventually won the day at the Green Park Stadium in Kanpur. One man who was also responsible with both the bat and the ball through the series, and he's contributed remarkably well, is our master blaster for the day. We'll talk about Virendra Sehwag when we come back.